Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I will be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hey everyone, I'm Dimitris, and I play Castor the Druid.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I play Kiriki.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I play Malachi.
Hi, I'm Magda. I'm playing Nefeli, a daughter of Zeus.
Over the past week, we talked about mods for games, and I personally never understood using a bunch of them. I understood using a few to make the game a little bit better, change a little bit the aesthetics, maybe give you like a guide or something like that. But these people were talking about using hundreds, to which I thought, why would you want to do that? Why not just play another game? And then eventually Kevin put it in a way that was like a bright and shining light. And he said that it is impossible for devs to make a game that would satisfy everyone. And that is where the modding community comes together and creates little mods to make it to where everybody's game fits for them personally and their own personal preferences. And that made perfect sense. So good job, Kevin. I finally understood it after all these years.
Thank you.
But I wanted to see what everybody's top pick for mods are. I don't use a lot. I've seen a lot. I've used them for Fallout, one or two here and there. And the favorite one that I have that I've ever seen personally is from World of Warcraft. I know, shocker. But it's a mod called Recount. And I wish more games have this, like all of them. But what it is it shows your damage for whatever character you're playing, and a time frame, and exactly what specific hit does how much damage and how many times it hit. So whether it's a spell, whether it's a melee attack, no matter what it is, it records all of it so that you can look at it later and break it down and see what works best for you with what debuffs, with what spells, with what attacks. And I absolutely love that so much because you can analyze it and see what actually is best. Where some games it's like, it seems better, I guess I'll use that. But that is my personal favorite across every game I've ever played, and I wish more would do it. That's all.
Very good, Todd. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I have modded so many games. Probably about a good 7, and basically every game that I can theoretically mod, I have. I often play with well over 200 plus mods in all of those games. And I have to say, the one that I have to have as like a must-have, no matter what, anytime I play this game, must have it, is Mass Effect. I play the Legendary Edition, but there is this mod for the original games as well. The Diversification Project for Mass Effect 1 and 2 and 3. Basically, what it does is it adds in character models and NPCs for the different genders of the races that they added in DLCs in the last game. So basically, Turians, there's female Turians added into the last game, Mass Effect 3, in a DLC. In this diversification project, it adds NPCs using those models all across the other three, the main part of Mass Effect 3 as well as the other two games, to create a universe that actually feels like those characters are there instead of just a bunch of dudes running around. Like the whole universe is just made of dudes. And it seems like it's a non-consequential thing until you've played the games 50 times and you're going back through and you see one of those NPCs, you're like, oh, that's nice. It's nice to know that those people exist now.
I can see that being awesome.
And they did a really, really good job. And there's even, they've like changed some of the main talking NPCs so that they're representing in that way. It just adds something to it. And they also add NPCs for aliens that just came later in the series. Like, for those who know, who have played Mass Effect 1, Batarians were a DLC thing that didn't really get added until a DLC at the end of that game. But Diversification Project puts them all over the worlds, various worlds, so that they're there from the start. It's very fun. And I very much cannot play the game without it now.
So I've been thinking over this question for a week now. I had multiple potential answers, like Leon Kennedy jiggle physics, or Stardew Valley expanded, or Richside Village, because of just how much content it adds and how, like, the new characters are kind of foils of existing ones. But an actual must-have is a mod called Native Camera Tweaks, and it's for Baldur's Gate 3.
That's a good one.
Because I had no idea that Larian has designed the entirety of the buildings and everything that the player shouldn't really see, considering that the game is like mostly from top down, and all the details that you can get up close and personal with. Jesus Christ. Like the Temple of Selune in the Goblin Camp. Wow. Yeah, so that's my top must-have. Can't play without it.
That one, and if you're not playing on controller for that game, the WASD movement is a must-have.
Oh yeah, that's amongst my list of almost 200 mods. Yeah, it's another must-have. But if I had to choose one, it would be the camera tweaks.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go
please.
ahead.
Ladies first.
I don't know about lady. That's
Go ahead, Todd.
Go ahead, Todd. Yeah, I was going to.
I already went. Fuck you.
I recently, I just recently got a computer, so now I'm exploring mods and stuff, and I was like, oh, I want to talk about like one of my favorite Minecraft mods. But no, I gotta talk about like one of because what's great about Bethesda is they were bringing modding to console before other companies tried to do, and they did it with Skyrim, and I was like, I loved Skyrim. Everybody likes that game. I don't care what anybody says. One of the mods, and I don't remember what it's called, but it was essentially, it made the races in Skyrim more dynamic. It added like really cool features to the races so that they were not just, a flat background. Like they added additions to it and like changed the heights of the characters because different races are different heights, and made them all like much taller and much shorter than what they were, rather than just bases. And it allowed me the ability to eat corpses, and that was fun.
The fuck?
Because that's part of the Bosmer race is...
I don't mod my games that much. I've modded Baldur's Gate a little bit with some cosmetic stuff. But this add-on was one of the first add-ons I ever used. And it brought me so much joy that I just need to mention it. It was in the original WoW around 2006, 2005, 2006. It was one of the first times add-ons started showing up. So you got your classic ones with Deadly Boss mod for the boss phases and stuff. But I downloaded one that made me so happy. I was playing a DPS warrior, and I downloaded a mod. I don't remember the name of it. But what it did was whenever you critted on screen, you would get these comic book onomatopoeia things like kapow, ka-chang, like old comic books everywhere. I don't know. I loved it. It brought me so much pleasure playing the game when I downloaded it that I just had to mention it. I just loved it.
That's incredible, though. Like that,
it was
just
silly.
Like the goofy mods are the best ones sometimes.
It sort of not helped me, but because I was playing a gnome, and the original largest dungeon was Molten Core, where you fought a lot of giants in it, and sometimes I wasn't able to look at the damage figures, the damage numbers popping up because I was so short, and the camera was placed weird. So with that, I knew when I was critting. like I could track when I was doing crits. It didn't add any value to my gameplay, but it was just, I don't know,
Yeah.
fun.
The another one, I'm trying to look it up to see what it is. It's cosmetic stuff is usually the first go-to for mods for me, because I think that's kind of falling in line with what I told everybody is, cosmetically you're going to have different tastes than a majority of other people, as well as a majority of game development teams. So like there's always going to be mods that make things look the way you want them to. One of my favorite is actually just it's a texture pack for the Dragon Age series. There's one for Origins that basically just it increases the texture quality, so it makes textures up to like 4K if you want them, but it also adds in armors and things like that for characters that would show up later in other games. And it like backloads their armors and stuff like that from old newer games to make them kind of consistent. And I don't remember what the name of the mod is, but it's really good. It's the Grey Warden's armor from Dragon Age Inquisition, so it like kind of matches up with the style across the games, and it makes the series feel a bit more consistent across the board. And that kind of stuff is really what I look for in mods, the kind of things that bring consistency to a narrative game, especially when it's across multiple games like that.
In Baldur's Gate 3, I also like to modify the look of characters.
Mm-hmm.
I know that technically, it's kind of clashes with Larian's vision for them. Maybe some facial animations don't 100% match up. But I want my Astarion to look rough.
That's weird. He's supposed to be fancy.
Fancy, but 200 years starved, so that he has gaunt cheeks, that his hair isn't exactly perfectly neat, or that he has longer, more pronounced fangs. I use data mined Karlach, which makes her look more butch. With Will, I give him full devil form. With Shadowheart, there's this concept art of her that has her tattooed with kind of an asymmetrical armor with one arm visible.
Yeah,
and someone has recreated it, and it just looks so fucking good. So yeah, I have a kind of guilty feeling that I'm interfering with their vision of the game, but it's
we do that too.
The modders kind of get the vibe that Larian was looking for, and they emphasize it.
One of my high runner-ups, actually, for my top mod of all time was actually the extended party limit mod for Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah.
It's
party
so
limit
much fun.
Bygone, so that they disappear when you enter combat. There's also more reactive companions, so whenever something happens, all of them pop up with something to comment on.
We just got the base ones, so they're just all there all the time. I mean, in my narrative excuse, if you had 8 people who were powerful adventurers, why the fuck wouldn't they all be out there saving the world together? Who would stay at camp? Who would stay at camp in that? If this was a D&D game, nobody would be staying at camp. All 8 of those homies would be out there doing work. And we steamroll every encounter, but it's fun.
I like hearing them banter. I like hearing them make snippy comments, Minthara has such a devastating line to Gale.
Oh yeah.
Becca, what's one mod you would add to D&D?
Why did you put me on a spot like that?
Hello, my name is Magda, and you're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast. The moon had not yet risen over Corinth when Nepheli, the daughter of thunder and gilded expectations, committed what she would later, depending on her mood, call either an act of divine level of bravery or just simply a catastrophic bout of lunacy. She stood before her bronze mirror, holding up a bundle of garments that smelled faintly of olive oil, dust, and ambition. They were not hers. They were, in fact, scandalously unhers. A humble young man's chiton, poorly sewn altogether, and stained in ways that even any respectable laundress would rather admit defeat to. "Nikos," she whispered, testing the name upon her tongue like a forbidden sweet. Yes, Nikos. Her reflection did not look convinced. "Do not be so dramatic," she told it, rolling her blue and gold-flecked eyes. "You have played the grieving widow of Aegisthus in your mother's courtyard at the age of 9. You have recited Euripides while feverish. You can certainly pretend to be a man." Her reflection continued to be profoundly unpersuaded. Her face, she decided, was the problem. The skin was too healthy and plump, too noble. With a sigh of theatrical martyrdom, Nepheli dipped her fingers into a small pot of soot and began the delicate, sacrilegious task of dulling her features. She shadowed her jaw, darkened her eyebrows and the area above her upper lip, straightened her posture, bound her chest with strips of linen that made her inhale sharply, too sharply, and promptly panic for 3 dreadful seconds before remembering how breathing worked. "Calm," she hissed to herself, pressing a hand against her sternum. "You are calm. You are composed. You are..." She wheezed. "You are suffocating, but bravely." The theater buzzed with anticipation. Torches flickered like conspirators, and the murmurs of the gathered crowd wove together into a tapestry of expectation and gossip. Nepheli, no, Nikos, slipped through the backstage entrance with all the subtlety of a cat who had read extensively about stealth, had never really practiced it.
Late!
Barked a man with a beard so authoritative it might have held political office.
You are late, boy.
"Aye!" Nepheli began in a slightly squeaky and startled tone, then caught herself, lowering her voice to what she imagined was a convincingly masculine register. My apologies. A sheep. It was uncooperative." The man stared at her.
A sheep.
He repeated, as if he had just heard the most absurd excuse a late actor could make. "Oh, yes," she said, committing fully now. "A deeply simple-minded sheep. It delayed me by getting stuck in a fence it has attempted to jump over yet again. It's a pitiful creature, really. Its mother must have had dropped this lamb on its head during its arrival into this world." The man blinked slowly, as though reconsidering every life choice that had led him to this moment.
Just get into costume,
he muttered, already turning so that he could check up on all the last-minute details. Nepheli exhaled, quietly, triumphantly, alive. The play was the suppliant's, The tale of the Danates. 50 daughters fleeing forced marriage, seeking refuge in Argos. Nepheli knew it intimately. She had read it, dissected it, adored it. She had wept over its lines in the quiet of her chamber, fingers tracing the ink as though it might pulse with life. Now, she would live it. Her initial role as Nikos was laughably minor, chorus attendant, a body among bodies. But fate, that mischievous playwright, intervened with impeccable timing. One of the Danite performers, a young man with a terminal stage fright and an unfortunate tendency toward dramatic fainting, collapsed backstage in a heap of limbs in despair.
I cannot.
He declared weakly.
My spirit is too delicate.
Your spirit will be beaten if you do not stand.
The director snapped.
In that case, I welcome the sweet release of death.
Nepheli, heart hammering like Zeus himself was knocking from within her ribcage, stepped forward. I can take the role, she said. Silence. The director squinted at her.
You?
Yes.
You are very small.
I am compact with talent. A pause.
Fine.
He said.
If you fail, I will personally ensure you never see a stage again. No, you will not even be allowed a spot in the audience.
Nepheli beamed. What a generous opportunity on your part, kind sir. Moments later, she stood transformed again. Not just Nikos, but a Danate, veiled and draped, her true self hidden beneath layers of fiction and fabric. The irony did not escape her. A woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman. If the gods have a sense of humor, she thought, this might not end in complete catastrophe. The cue came. She stepped onto the stage. The world shifted. The torches became stars. The murmuring crowd became the sea. The stage beneath her feet was no longer wood. It was Argos, sanctuary and uncertainty. She spoke. Her voice trembled at first, then steadied, then soared. She was no longer Nepheli, nor Nikos. She was a daughter of Danaus, fleeing, pleading, burning with desperation and dignity. Her heart ached with the words. No forced marriage, no submission, no surrender to unjust fate. She understood it too well, though her own cage was gilded rather than iron. At one moment, she nearly forgot herself entirely. Her veins flickered faintly with blue light as emotions surged, quickly stifled, hidden beneath the mask and the veil. Control, she reminded herself. Always control. But oh, what joy! What glorious, intoxicating joy! To speak and be heard, feel without restraint, to exist not as a symbol, not as Zeus's daughter, not as a polished ornament, but as a person with a voice raw and resonant. She laughed when the chorus laughed. She mourned when they mourned. She felt the tension of the Pelasgian's decision like a blade at her throat. For a fleeting, radiant stretch of time, she was free. The applause struck her like lightning. It crashed over her, thunderous and undeniable. The crowd rose, voices swelling in approval. Nepheli stood frozen, heart bursting, eyes wide behind her veil. They love it, she thought, dizzy. They love it. For a moment, she dared to imagine. What if this could be her life? Not paraded, not displayed, not perfect, but alive, free. She slipped away before the actors unmasked, before Nikos could be admitted. The night air greeted her like an old friend, cool and forgiving. Her steps were light, almost floating, skipping across the ground and twirling around every few steps. She clutched the edges of her cloak, smiling. No, grinning like a lunatic, unrestrained and wild. I did it, she whispered to the empty street. I truly did it. The sea breeze carried her laughter. She did not notice the shadow waiting at the threshold of her home. Grigoris did not shout at first. That would have been far too merciful for him. He stood in the dim light, his deformed hands trembling, not just with weakness, but with fury carefully distilled into something far more dangerous.
Nefeli,
He said, each syllable precise. Her joy faltered in a single stuttering heartbeat. Father,
you were seen.
The words felt like that suffocating pressure on her neck from her recurring nightmares. Her stomach dropped.
You were seen.
He repeated, stepping closer.
Sneaking out, disguised, acting like some common performer.
His voice cracked on the last word, as though it tasted foul and indignant. It was only a play, she said too quickly. No one knew.
I knew.
Silence. The kind that suffocates.
You risked everything.
He continued, his voice rising now, sharp and venomous.
Our name, our standing, my legacy, exactly like your very existence has always had.
Her hands curled into fists. I risked nothing, she snapped before she could stop herself, as if that divine part of herself just simply refused to kneel in the face of such clear injustice. It was harmless, it was...
Harmless?
He barked.
You prancing on a stage like a street fool.
It is art!
It is a disgrace.
The word struck harder than any blow. For a moment, she thought she might argue further, might fight, might defy him. But that old fear, the ingrained, suffocating need to maintain control, to avoid chaos, wrapped around her throat like a grip meant to extinguish the life of someone. Therefore, she just said nothing.
Your punishment
Grigory said coldly.
is confinement, so you may finally learn a lesson of what exactly your only purpose is. 1 month you will not leave your chamber, nor is anyone permitted to enter except for providing you meals and emptying your bedpan.
Her breath hitched.
No visitors, no excursions, no distractions.
But what about Uzo? She asked, the words small, fragile. Surely he wouldn't deprive her even of her beloved dog. Surely he'd find at least a tiny bit of mercy.
No.
Something inside her cracked. The door closed with a finality that echoed through her bones. Nefeli stood in the center of her room, still in the remnants of her disguise, the scent of the stage clinging to her like a fading dream. Her heart still raced, not entirely from fear. A part of her, stubborn and incandescent, still burned with the memory of applause, of freedom, of living. Tears slipped down her cheeks, silent and hot. I would do it again, she whispered into the emptiness. I will do it again. And that, perhaps, was the most dangerous truth of all.
That was very good.
Incredible.
Very, very good. Yeah.
I feel I yelled too much.
No, it was
No,
perfect.
I think you did great. You were really did good with it. All three of you, please have inspiration. I mean, I gotta give it to Magda. You know what? Fuck it. Magda have two. You did so good with that. Kevin, you did good. Demetrius, you did so good. You're gonna make a great angry father someday.
Maybe uncle.
So, this is the part where we find out what happened last week. But to understand where we are, we have to know where we've been. They say every demon begins the same way. A scream, a shape, and a command. Clifford began with a hiccup. One moment there was nothing, and the next, there he was, dripping into existence in the abyss, vaguely humanoid, mildly confused, and already being yelled at. Go, kill, conquer, repeat. Clifford tried to ask a question, but his mouth was still deciding how many teeth it wanted, so it came out like a wet accordion. That was apparently good enough. He was shoved into a warband and pointed at something that needed destroying. So he did what demons do. He charged. He clawed. He died. Then he woke up again. Same place, same yelling, slightly different number of teeth. This happened a lot. Die, wake, fight, die again. Over and over, like a very aggressive, very unpleasant sunrise. Clifford got used to it, not the dying, that never really grew on him, but the rhythm of it, the certainty, the complete lack of anything else. Until Greece. Oropos was supposed to be just another place to ruin, another shore to blacken, another victory to forget. But when Clifford arrived, something went wrong, or right. The air smelled nice, not like brimstone or regret or whatever it was the abyss smelled like on a good day. There were waves, actual waves, not screaming ones, and the light didn't try to stab him. It just existed, warm, gentle. Clifford blinked. He had eyelids now. That was new. The others rushed ahead, howling, charging into battle, eager to kill and be killed again. Clifford lingered. There, by the water, something small and bright caught his eye. A flower. He approached it cautiously, as though it might bite him, which, to be fair, was not an unreasonable expectation given his life experience. But it didn't bite. It just sat there, quiet, soft, completely uninterested in war. Clifford bent down. Carefully, very carefully, he picked it. He stared at it for a long moment. Then, with surprising deliberation, he looked around and picked another and another. Soon he had a handful, a bouquet. He made his way northwest of town, up the road, where a beautiful bush of roses grew. In the distance, explosions echoed. Screams rose and fell. Demons charged straight into a very obvious trap. Clifford, who had obviously not noticed the trap, held his flowers and thought, though he didn't quite have the words for it, this place might be nice to live in. He straightened up, clutching his bouquet, and turned around toward the town, as though he might stroll in, find a quiet corner, and perhaps not die for a little while. Ahead of him, 4 figures stood. An old man in white vestments and carrying a staff, a young man in dark clothes and wielding a sword with flowers engraved on it, a scarred woman with a wooden mask on, and a young woman with a wild look in her eyes. everyone roll initiative as you look into the eyes of this demon staring down at you with these orange burning eyes, almost 7 feet tall, and a broad frame with this barnacle armor. Kiriki, what did you get?
I got an 8.
Oh no. Malachi?
I, not to be outdone by Kiriki, got an 8.
And
I have
Kiriki
the
has a
better
+3.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's faster.
All right. Castor?
18.
Ooh, nice. And Nefeli?
3 total.
Oh, dear me. Okay. It's gonna be one of those fights. Alright, Castor, it is your turn. You are decently close to this fella. 35, 40 feet away, something like that. You could see him. He's tall, barnacle armor, dangerous eyes, horns. He's carrying flowers with a chain on his waist.
I'm somehow not intimidated that much by him.
Somehow.
Well, I'll give him the old thorn whip.
Like this flower, motherfucker.
It is.
He's staring at your whip, quite entranced by it as it whips out at him.
There's a 13 hit.
Oh. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I rolled a 2, so.
It hits against his barnacles, and he just looks in shock as these flowers have attacked him. He just looks down, and he looks back up at you with an open mouth, just shocked.
How could you?
That's my turn.
All right. So this large demon kind of looks at you, looks down at his own flowers, looks at your hand, and then he kind of just goes, "Why?" And then he unfurls the chain at his waist as he walks towards you. And he's going to keep holding his flowers, mind you, as he tries to also whip you.
Dedicated.
Yeah, only with one hand it will do a little bit less damage, but still, this is happening.
Worth it.
Yes, you see this demon approach you, flowers in one hand, bladed chain in the other, as he rains down on you with a 10 to hit. No? Okay, fine. We'll do it again. What about a 26?
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah. So he kind of whips it down, it misses, and he kind of makes sure that none of the leaves fell off his flowers that are in his hand, his bouquet. And then he brings it across again, trying to hit your legs, and broader part of you. He manages to hit you, and only does 7 points of slashing damage. And you are not grappled. He just
tried
looks
real
at you
hard.
kind of angrily. No, leave me alone. Kiriki, it is your turn. By the way, he is always speaking Abyssal. Kiriki, I believe you are 30 feet from him, maybe 25 at this point, because he moved up to Castor.
Yes.
But
That is enough. Kiriki sees him hit Castor, and she'll come around the back and flank him. Take some good swings at him.
seems unlikely, but let's see what you got.
Slice and dice.
It's a bonus, a +2, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, the first, they definitely hit. All 3 attacks definitely land. That's a 31, a 20, and a 26.
Okay, yeah. Those all hit. As I have lowered his AC by 1, as he broadens his back, as he sees you coming up over his shoulder in order to protect the flowers in his hand.
Oh. I feel no sympathy for this man.
I feel like you're trying to elicit some sort of sympathy for him, which is not going to work with this party, as you very well know historically.
Yeah, it's really quite funny that he would try to elicit sympathy from psychopaths.
I'm sorry, is there a reason that these guys can't have personalities? Like, why are you so judgy?
Oh, yeah. That is 25 points of slashing damage. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
That's
Damn.
still pretty good.
Yeah. So Kiriki sees that he hits Castor. She books it behind him and immediately just does 3 slashes across his back. And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's just assume that he passes, and you are just wasting your time. You said how many?
What? What do you mean? How many? What?
Is it 3 different saves, or is it just 1?
It's just 1. We'll just
Okay,
do one.
23.
A 23, that is a pass. Now he has to roll 2 more times. I'm just kidding.
Keep rolling.
I asked ahead of time.
Keep rolling, ho. No, it's all good.
Okay. Well, there's plenty of blood on the ground, just not the one you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He just cries out in pain. If that's it for you, Malachi, it is your turn. This guy is way too far for you. You have like a bum leg right now, so you're just not going to make it. I don't know, you tripped on the way over here or something. I don't know.
I work through the pain. It's not the first time I've twisted my ankle. Malachi runs 15 feet up to be directly next to this dude. Sword up in the air as he is delivering a blow down with callous brutality.
Okay. He kind of does the same thing. He puts his chain shoulder, or the shoulder holding the chain, he puts it kind of over, kind of creating a guard over the flowers itself. So I will bump his AC down to 15.
Okay, well, then I'll hit him with a 23.
Yes.
And then I'll go ahead and also hit him with a 29.
Yes.
And
You're going to keep going
up? Well, no, I only got 2 attacks. I'm not Kiriki.
It's for the best.
Yeah. Speaking of for the best, how's 61 points of damage sound?
It sounds like he's really, really hurt.
Cool. Yeah, Malachi runs up, just this almost feral look in his face as he just sees Demon must die now. And he runs up, the sword held high, he brings it down, slashing into his back as he tries to protect his flowers. And he does that twice, and then just kind of doesn't say anything. He's been hearing this guy talk, but he doesn't say anything. He looks like he is very, very focused.
He just cries out in pain. Nefeli, you see them surrounding this demon, killing him. You could easily kill him this round. He is very hurt. You see his black blood dripping under the ground, pouring down his leg, down his back, down his arm.
You underestimate my ability to miss. I will attempt to do what worked last time. I managed to kill somebody. And cast excuse me. First, I'm going to step a little bit closer to the left so that I have a clear view at the demon so that I don't accidentally strike Malachi.
Thank you.
I'm going to cast Ray of Frost. Please work. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Yay! Time for damage.
This is how he dies.
Phrase him.
13 frost damage. And
That is not bad. Sorry, go ahead.
ouch. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn, so that if he wants to run away, well, now he can't.
All right. It hits him, and y'all see this frost kind of cover his back a little bit, damaging him. But you see it doesn't really absorb into his skin all that much, like his skin is resisting it.
Bold.
Castor, you have Malachi to your right, Kiriki across from you, Nefeli past Malachi on your left, not right.
Yeah, I was
And
going to
then
say.
in front of you, this large, dangerous demon looking down at you.
Well, you know what I have to do, right?
Bonk of death.
You get a headbutt him?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Silele on my forehead and try to.
Fuck yeah, do it.
Sorry, that's plus 11. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Dome this motherfucker, dude.
14 points of damage.
This is ridiculous. So you hit him as he's kind of looking around. You clock him in the side of the head, knocking one of his eyes out. The other one crosses over as blood just gushes out of this eye socket, and he falls down. And as he looks towards the town, clutching these flowers to his chest, he goes, "Where'd everybody go?" You're out of initiative. The last one is dead.
All right. Now that the town is secure, we should go. What? We for the fact that we know that it is their cure, we should go back to the town, folks. Make sure they're not like eating each other. Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
does this
when
guy
you-
have anything on him other than flowers?
Nope.
All right, perfect. Kiriki will leave the body alone and
What flowers are they?
You can see a mix of roses, a few violets, hyacinths, and like a lily or two. Like he has been at this the whole invasion.
I think Nefeli is utterly confused by the nature of those creatures. Like she has been spotting them every now and then for the past however long they have tortured her for. But she had never like witnessed them displaying any semblance of sentience, so I think as the demon is now laid on the ground, she's going to gather those flowers and place them back in his hand.
Aw, that's really nice of you.
Malachi like watches this happen. There's like blood and sweat mixed up on his face as he looks down at her putting the flowers back into his hand, shakes his head. These demons they don't deserve respect like that.
But this clearly meant something for him. He wasn't controlled by some feral urge. He had the mind to gather specific flowers and arrange them. This clearly means that they must have the ability to think on a higher level than some mere beasts. What
How many
are they?
humans do you think he killed before he picked those flowers? How many of our people, our countrymen, do you think he slaughtered before he stood in his field? Consider, Nefeli, these are not people. They may think, but they are monsters nonetheless.
But what were they before? They've turned into this, and she like vaguely gestures at the mangled corpse covered in barnacles.
Kiriki will look over the body. We're looking for any form of symbolisms or anything that would convey that this person was turned into a demon, rather than was a demon when they arrived.
Make a perception or investigation check.
I will do investigation, because that is better than my perception.
Could I lightly reach out and link my hand with Kiriki's and give her a bit of guidance?
Oh
If
my
she
God,
tells
you
you about
hold
it,
my
yeah.
hand.
Careful with the physical touch.
Just like pinky finger crossing with hers.
So if she says, so this is going forward in every situation. If they say that they're doing something, sure. If you know about it ahead of time, sure. If it's after the fact or you have no idea about that they're doing it, then it's always going to be a no. But if Kiriki's like, let's look for a symbol, then you can hold her hand or rub her cheeks and brush her hair out of her face or whatever.
We
Tickles
get
her
really
fancy.
advanced.
Kiriki will kneel down by the body and be like, I mean, we can check, but I'm going to assume that this is most likely a demon rather than a demon-converted human. She'll look for that symbol that they know from the flap of skin, which is the binding one that binds them to this plane, correct?
Yep. And,
then the gem.
okay, so I don't believe Nefeli knows anything about that, but Nefeli, you wanted to, do you want to give her guidance? Do you want to hold her hand?
Hold my hand.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay.
So, Becca, feel free to add 1d4 to your check.
I don't want to. Not anymore.
All
Oh, this is so bad. I rolled a
Spoiled
12.
brat.
of that. All of that.
I got a 3 on the 1d4, which is pretty good, but I rolled a fucking 5 for 12.
We can't do this again. We can't do this again another week in a row. We gotta do better.
A side note, Nefelli had me thinking, like touching the hand. Why should giving the buff should be a nice gesture? Wouldn't it be cool if there was a character that, like, gave you a wet willy or something to give you inspiration or pulled up your
Here's
pants?
a little bit of
guidance.
You know,
Give you a
like that
wedgie.
guidance is like just like fueled rage guidance.
Yes. Yeah, give you a wedgie. Come on, you can do it, man. Pull up your
Incredible.
So what does my 12 tell me?
your mama jokes are super.
I mean,
When it's suspicious mockery.
we all know somebody who has encouraged us with an insult. Especially men. We've all heard at some point, don't be a bitch.
You're
It's just
probably.
that-
I don't know. If
I've
this
heard
will
that
get
more
cut.
from women. I don't know what you're talking about.
My favorite is when somebody's like, "I can't," or like, "I'm gonna do it." I'm like, "Do it, you won't, pussy."
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's Kiriki's fucking guidance.
Okay. What did my 12 get me, sir?
You don't see it. You don't find it. Like you look through the barnacles, or you start to, but it's kind of like gross, and you're just like,
Kiriki.
you don't find it. You don't see one.
Well, I'm going to assume that this is a demon rather than a human-made demon. So it was always a demon. And the problem with whether or not it was, he wasn't doing anything, they only spare humans in order to use them for experimentation and other awful things.
Like I said.
You don't have to tell me that. I've been strapped onto a table for weeks. I've experienced it. One moment, I'm in Corinth, just following along the coast, and suddenly it all goes black. And all I can see is that weird woman with horns. I don't get any of it. I don't even know where they have came from. I don't know what's happening in the rest of Greece.
This, essentially.
I've seen where they come from before. It's a worse place than anything that I've seen. And there are many of them. And there are many powerful of them. Spare no sympathy for these creatures, Nefelli.
So
They are
what,
worth only the blade.
you're just a group of fighters deciding to vanquish all this evil? Like,
We are-
willingly?
No. Well, I am willingly.
Malachi looks up at Nefelli and then looks over to Kiriki with a little bit of a smirk almost to his face as she says that, and then he looks back at Nefelli and says, "Some of us started this path against our will, but seeing the devastation these things have caused to our country, I am more than happy to eradicate them at this point. Yes, to answer your question, we are, exactly as you see, a group dedicated to destroying these beasts and cleaning up the messes that they've caused across the nation. We're small, but we do good work."
Do you know what's the current status Corinth like? Are they there too?
I don't believe we've been to Corinth yet. We've
But
been-
would I, in my travels, heard any rumors about Corinth?
Make a history check.
I can do that. Possible. I hate this game. I rolled a 13.
Damn. Oddly enough, you've heard about a lot of different towns and cities. Nothing about Corinth at all. You've heard about Delphi, you heard about all this stuff, and Thebes, they even talked about Delphi. Corinth being a major trading city and a huge part of Greece, nobody's talked about it. Here, looking around, even with Castor's massive passive perception, no soldiers of Corinth. Nobody. Your roll is terrible.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I want to tell you something. I really do, but you gotta do better than that.
All right, did my best.
Do better. Wait.
Can I do like some kind of check? I don't know what it would be, but can I do a check to see if I recall any of the people we've saved so far appearing to have been from Corinth?
Yes. Do a history check.
Okay. I'm so good at history. It's like one of my favorite things to roll with my +1. Oh, wait. History is a plus nothing. I got the same as Kiriki. It's a 13.
You cannot recall anybody from any camp being from Corinth.
Okay.
It's like it just doesn't exist.
We've passed through Delphi. We've gone to Thebes. We've been through Thermopylae and a number of other smaller cities, but we have not been to Corinth. In fact, he looks over at Kiriki. I don't recall if we've ever even seen anyone from Corinth as of yet.
Can I roll the same to remember now that he says that?
Yeah, sure. Roll a history check, wisdom guy.
It's,
Should be a
it's
natural 20.
intelligence, so...
Right.
But I will add my guidance to it.
All right. So you
Guide
rub your chin
yourself.
thinking about it, and this
Yes.
light comes out of it.
Yes.
Pulls out his beard comb. Bro. I'm gonna
How'd you do?
Say what?
What's a Corinth?
Early onset Alzheimer's for... well, not early, okay.
Who are you people? Castor loses it.
You're sitting there. You're thinking about it. Corinth.
Mr. Magoo.
Corinth. Current. You were by a river. You are by a river. Did you see any currents there? There's no current. Why would anybody have to be talking about a current? Oh, this guy's pretty.
So, is Corinth on your path?
Malachi will pull up the map that he has, the demon's map, and look at it, and it doesn't, according to what I can see, have any specific indication that Corinth has any demonic activity on it. Like, there's no dots in that region of Greece, according to the map we have.
Nephalia, they have a map.
He pulls it out. He looks at it. He's tilts his head a bit. It wasn't on a path that we had chosen. If you look here, this is a map we've taken from these creatures in the past. These markings upon it seem to be indications of where their forces are. From what I know about the area, it doesn't appear that they have made any moves on Corinth.
I see. That's good news then. I have somewhat of a silly question. I've been looking for someone who's very dear to me. He's recently gone missing. I've been looking for him, but now that I know that my family is safe, could I perhaps, by any chance, join you and hopefully find him along the way?
Does this person you're looking for have features or feats similar to yours? Is he powerful?
He must have some powers. I've seen him appear and disappear in just a blink. He's materialized this, and she digs into the small satchel attached to her waist belt, and she shows the group the pearl that the mysterious stranger has gifted her. He's produced this out of thin air, so he didn't tell me much about himself. In fact, I barely recall him speaking at all, but he's dear to me.
Our mandate as of recent has been to thwart various operations of these creatures. We came here because this map that I just showed you said this place was taken. We assumed that there was some influence of Apollo here, as his name is also referenced in another document. It doesn't appear that Apollo is here, as we didn't find him in any of the homes, and we have suspicions on a more unfortunate circumstance befitting him, but as of right now, we are doing what we can to weaken these creatures across the nation. I don't have a problem with you joining us. I just don't know if the gods are going to accept that we're going to chase after one person when there are many things to be done.
No, I think you must have misunderstood me. I offered to join your quest of vanquishing these demons, but I just hope that I might find him along the way, just by chance.
Malachi hangs his head a little bit, looks up at her. His eyes have softened just a little bit, and he says,
We have recently lost a number of our group, and it would be good to have another powerful friend at our sides. I don't know if your person you're searching for still lives, but you are free to join us, and if we should find him, he will help. I assume.
and he kind of looks over with a slight smirk to the other two.
I think Nefeli's gaze is like kind of locked onto Castor, so like she sees him as an authority figure. Malachi is like the person she stands behind, and she's terrified of Kiriki. So yes, that's the dynamic at the current moment. And Nefeli is going to wipe her face from all the like dust, sweat, blood, tears that have been gathering on her face for God knows how long. And she stretches out and says, well, if this was the last one, I would really appreciate a bath, and we're right next to the river, so we might
Be careful.
just...
The river is full of disgusting stuff that kills you.
Oh, great. So how do you bathe then?
Malachi looks down at his putrid, disgusting armor.
Bathing. Right.
Not often, no.
Oh, and
So-
Nefel...
The river next to the temple was actually a lot clearer. It was naturally filtered. The demons didn't really come down here in the river. It was more in the Gulf where they were living.
Gotcha.
So the demons had corrupted the Gulf water, but the river's decently clean.
I think Nefel, like, when Malachi and Kiriki answer her question, Nefeli has just a brief expression of, like, disgust on her face, but she quickly masks it off. Like, it would be rude to call someone out for thinking like death. And she just...
Thebes
says-
is a couple of days' journey to the west. They've got a bathhouse there if you're that desperate.
Days? Oh, gods above.
Let's return to the village and check on the survivors. We can find out a way to clean you later. I'm sure you'll find some kind of source of clean water nearby.
Of course. Priorities. Right.
Malachi will begin heading back towards the village.
Kiriki will be like heading back with them, but she's thinking back what Malachi said about the map, and she looks and she'd be like, I know he said that Corinth is probably safe, but I don't want you to get your hopes up into thinking that nothing has happened, because you literally said, I was in Corinth walking along the beach and then I woke up here. I feel like you just got snatched from Corinth, and that Corinth is probably no longer there.
To be more precise, Nefeli was following along the coast from Corinth, so that it wasn't exactly in Corinth.
Yeah, I just don't want you to get your hopes up into thinking that Corinth is still standing.
Am I near? Are we all working together? So I'm near. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's,
Come now, Kiriki. The poor girl is frightened enough as it is.
The poor
I
girl's
guess,
going to
but I
need to
feel like
toughen up
only
if she's
being
going to make it
realistic.
through this world.
What?
I said the poor girl is going to need to toughen up. She's going to travel with us through this destroyed world. She's going to see
Yes.
more horrors, Castor. You can't hide that from her.
Yes, I agree, but we could at least give her a couple of hours to come back from being abducted and everything. She is already willing to join us and help us after seeing all this. We might as well be a little bit more considerate.
I will do my best to be more considerate.
Thank you.
Malachi rubs his eyes a little bit.
Yes, I'll give it my best. I'm sorry. Today has been long, and I'm in a mood.
After all,
Wait.
capable allies come in very short supplies these days, so we might need to be careful. We need to treat them well.
I feel like telling her the truth is treating her well. But I will not bring it up again until, I guess... I mean, we don't have any other plans. I guess we could head to Corinth.
I had
It-
planned on reconsulting the map and trying to see if there was another place that seemed right. Maybe reaching out to the gods to see if any of them might have a direction. But you're right. We don't have any solid plans as of yet.
I'm willing to go whatever you choose. I want you all to know that I am deeply grateful for you saving me from this. I am not just trying to repay you, but I guess our goals align somewhat. And I really want to say thank you.
You are welcome, Nefeli. Alliances have been made on weaker ground. Glad to have you with us. Perhaps your presence will be a boon in the days to come. We need, as Castor said, all the help we can get.
Well, if it's gods you want to reach out to, perhaps I could be of help.
Malachi genuinely considers whether or not it's a good idea for her to reach out to the gods she's probably aligned with.
Reminds me, which god is that?
The Zeus.
Ah,
So I can kind of reach out to him. Maybe he's in a good mood and hears me out and reaches out to whoever you guys need to contact.
I feel like I have a pretty good direct line to the person I need to contact, but sometimes she's a little... I almost said stingy, but I feel like she'd be extra stingy if she heard me talking like that.
I've been running up a tab with my patron. I don't know if he's in the giving mood lately. We'll see.
It's very
See.
ironic that we all have such good connections to the gods, yet feels like we are fighting this by ourselves.
and as soon as Castor blurts this out, he just, gets shocked by himself, thinking out loud, and just, sorry. Like it was
Malachi-
blasphemy.
Malachi looks at Castor and smiles and nods. Just fully is like, I've been saying that since the beginning. It's the look he gives you.
Yeah.
The gods are picky about how and when they help. They have helped us. It would be wise for us to acknowledge that, even if we want them to help more than they do. I'm sure that they're fighting on their own turf, on grounds that we can barely even understand.
Well,
Suppose you're right.
there's also this man I met many times in Corinth. I can't remember his name though. I just call him Grandpa. He's been real helpful to me all my life and has even given me a few gifts with helpful abilities. So he perhaps might be of help? I just know that his name starts with A.
If you think it'll help, by all means. We're not a group to turn away assistance. We're fighting a war.
We don't have many leads right now, so as good as chance as any.
As they walk back into this central camp area, have these people done or moved around at all? Are they? What's their behavior looking like? What are the survivors doing?
It looks like they're acting a little different than a lot of the people you have rescued in the past. They have scavenged tools and food from different buildings, different burnt mud huts, and whenever you guys come back, it's a little different than what you're used to, because you're used to these people who gather kind of in a circle or hunched over or in the shadows or something like that. But these people look like they have found what armor they can, what weapons they can. And whenever you're walking up, they stand almost in a line with each other or forming a square or some kind of guard. You can see that there are two who are facing outwards towards the ocean. And whenever you approach, some of them will give you a salute.
Malachi turns over his shoulder to Kiriki, who's following close to him, and says,
"These aren't just civilians. These are trained warriors. We've found soldiers."
Fascinating that they were all gathered here. I mean, we could ask them.
They're from various regions. I see armor and clothing that is different enough. I don't think any of these people are from the same place. Maybe a few of them, but a majority of these people seem to be from all across Greece. I wonder if they were selecting specifically stronger humans for this ritual. Perhaps normal citizens don't create as powerful of creatures as trained soldiers.
They don't want to have to retrain them. Speed up the process if they're already trained.
They seem to have aligned with each other well enough. They're forming rank. They're starting guard watches. I don't know if there's much we'll need to do here in guiding these people, other than maybe point them in a direction.
I'd direct them to Thebes. A couple hours. We don't have to guide them. They could probably make it. It was a relatively safe trip for us to get back. They need to recover their strength a little bit before they can make a journey, but we should get them to Thebes, as it's the only city we know of. And we've been all over the place.
Yes, as one of the only bastions of civilization that we've come across, I agree. I think that the more people we can get into that place, the better.
Yeah, I also think that's correct.
What do we do about the crystals left over, though? I mean, if all the survivors are gathered here, and the crystals they were trying to use against us by implanting them in our chests, if they were to attack us, they'd have direct access to those crystals.
Carrick and I will go and find a way to deal with the crystals. It's a mysterious kind of magic. We don't really know how it works, but we'll find a way. Kiriki is incredibly well versed in strange magics. I'm sure she'll figure it out.
I've destroyed one before. It exploded. So maybe we could just try attacking it from a safe distance, whatever it might be.
Todd, I remember we having an entire discussion about this a couple sessions ago.
Sup?
What?
Sup?
What did we already discuss about these crystals? Didn't we already find out that destroying them would be a very bad idea or something?
No, so they're just harder to destroy than what was initially discussed. Because it was discussed just blowing them up with one single spell, but if they're the magic from the Abyss and shit like that, or y'all wouldn't know the Abyss, but if they're magic that's powerful enough to carry the souls of things, then they would be pretty hard to just destroy. And you could do it, but it would take a decent amount of effort. And the destroying part was if you put it into a bag of holding.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, destroying them is probably the best idea. It will take time. It will take effort. We should rest first, by all means. But in terms of keeping them safe, I have no problem taking my rest upon the beach. At least if I keep them close to me, whatever wants to take them will have to go through me first. Perhaps some volunteers from our new friends.
Truth be told, I could use a rest.
Castor, I was wondering, would you be willing to set up here in this town square for a rest? I believe, if I remember correctly, you have a sort of magic that could protect people during resting.
Yes, although the area it covers is not enough to cover the whole encampment.
I was just thinking of ways we might help these people who have already been through so much. You seem to be, how do I describe it? A softer touch than Kiri and I, and perhaps they would feel more comfortable around you than us.
I suppose so.
I'm looking to lessen the amount of trauma we impose just with our presence. Plus, if either of us are going to try and reach out to our gods this eve, then, well, they probably don't want to see that.
As a seasoned veteran, I will tell you that while most of them look hungry and tired and exhausted, most of their damage is mental. So if they can get maybe out of the prison and out of the prisoner mind state, and they can get some rest and food, that most of them will be useful. Hate to say it that way, but it is what it is.
Yeah. These people are worn. They are in desperate need of rest and safety, and unfortunately, we don't have many resources here. These demons I don't think they eat the food we eat. Looks like a lot of the supplies and stores outside of the fields themselves have been destroyed, so perhaps a night of rest, and maybe some of these people can help. But for now, we should just let them recuperate.
Like I said, I think we also could use a rest as well, so...
Malachi gives Castor a nod, and he is going to walk by the rest of these people. He's going to kind of glare a bit at the Spartans as he walks past them, but otherwise he's not going to communicate with them. He's just going to move past them. And then he is going out towards the beach where the crystals are.
Okay. How close are you sitting to them?
He's going to walk right up to them, within like 5 feet of them, and just kind of put his hands on his hips and stare at them for a little bit, try to make out any other additional details that I possibly can. Perhaps
Make
with a roll
check.
of some... Yeah, okay, perception.
Yeah. If you want to make investigation, you can, but you got to be hands-on. Do you want to risk it?
I want to look at my skills and see if one of those is better than the other first. Investigation has a higher modifier. Fuck it. Malachi's so damn cursed at this point, he would probably not care. What are they going to do? Take his soul? Someone else already has that. Like to see them prize my soul from Hades' cold, dead fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I will. He will kneel down at the base of them, these crystals, and he's going to just kind of reach out and pick one up and try to investigate it.
Okay. So go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. That is an 18.
Okay. So it is warm to the touch. This is a jagged crystal, roughly the length of your average dagger. Between like 12 and 8 inches long is what they all are. And it's about 6 to 8 inches wide or thick at the widest part. And you can almost see what looks like black veins pulsing like lightning through these things. And you're holding it and you're studying it. You're moving it around. You're trying to figure it out. And then after a minute or two, you start to hear what sounds like a distant whisper in your mind. like an echoing voice, but you can't quite make out the words. You know it's not Greek. You know it's not common. It's a language that is probably Abyssal. It's just not quite there yet.
Does it have any kind of effect on Malachi as he's holding it? Like, aside from the temperature and the weird whispering, does it have any other, like, notable effects to him?
Not initially. Like, it's a little entrancing, kind of watching the veins pulse through it and feeling the warmth of it, and then trying to focus on these whispers, but nothing affects him.
Okay. He'll drop the crystal nonchalantly back with the other ones. He doesn't really care about keeping them intact, obviously, so he just kind of tosses it back into the pile. Then he's going to stand up and take a few steps back. And, he's just going to, like, stand there with his arms crossed, watching over them. I don't know if anybody else followed him out here.
I'm sticking with Castor, no matter what.
Oh, I found a puppy.
I was right. Everybody just wants to be with Castor.
Yeah, after a moment, Kiriki will notice that Malachi has wandered off. She got distracted by something else, and then goes to find him.
All right. Castor, you will notice that some of these soldiers do kind of start moving to take up posts, and they do keep an eye on Castor. They keep an eye on Malachi and Kiriki as they go out there, but it's not a weariness kind of thing, or like a caution thing, or a suspicious of them thing. It's they're out there by the water where these things came from, so it's a safeguarding thing.
Okay.
It's close to the evening now, yeah, as the sun's setting and stuff.
It's decently going down right now. It's a little past 5 o'clock, going towards 6 o'clock, so it won't be too long before the sun starts setting.
Okay. As Kiriki walks up, Malachi kind of glances over to notice her.
The crystals whisper.
Well, I feel like you shouldn't stand too close to them if they're fucking talking.
It's only if you touch them. I mean, I haven't heard anything since I put it down, but...
Fuck would you touch it?
Because we have to find out what they're about, understand them, understand how to destroy them. I don't want to break one and then have another demon like that.
He points over at the big swamp body that they've killed earlier.
I don't want anything like that to pop out again.
He turns towards her, his arms still kind of folded, and he looks at her.
You did a really good job today. We did a good job today.
I know, we killed so many things. It's always a good time.
We actually saved people. It feels weird, but it feels good.
I feel like we've been saving a lot of people lately.
Yeah.
There was the whole of Thebes. I mean, yeah, people still died there, but we saved a majority of them.
Did you ever see yourself becoming a person that would save people, Kiri?
Well, I mean, I've done it before, under the guise of, like, being told what to do. But I mean, I don't know if it is my direct choice to save people, as it is more of an after effect of, or like a side effect of what I am actually here to do is kill demons. It just is a good benefit of the former.
It is a nice benefit. These demons, there's something about them that is drawing out a certain part of me that I don't know. Their mere presence is beginning to cause me to lose a little bit of myself, I think.
What do you mean?
Seeing what they've caused in all the different places we've been through, seeing what they're capable of, I think I genuinely hate them. More than I've hated anything else that I've ever seen before. I want them all to die. In horrific ways. Is that wrong? Nefeli looked upon that creature earlier with the flowers, and she seems to have some sort of sympathy for it. After all they did to her, it's sticking with me. I'm wondering if I'm getting too cold.
I don't think I'm the right person to ask, but Nefeli is a child who has spent most of this, it seems, here under this kind of torture. I'm surprised she has any form of, words.
Sanity.
I don't know if sanity is the one, but more of along the lines of sympathy for these creatures. You and I have seen a lot more of its destruction, what these creatures can really do in full force. Yes, she's experienced what happened to her in this place, but we've been around seeing what has happened.
You bring up a good point.
I
You
don't
always
feel
do.
for that creature. I never feel for these things whenever we kill them. So I'm not the best person to ask. If you want anything on empathy or sympathy, you got to talk to Castor.
Well, if I talk to Castor, he's going to give me some parable about kindness, even in the light of hatred or something like that. Castor's a different case. The man has a heart bigger than the sun. I'd be dead many times over if not for him. Many times
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I feel like we have this conversation a lot of you just throwing yourself into fights. I don't
gonna
know
be
why they
honest
just want to
with you.
kill you so much more than they want to kill me. I feel like I need to change the fact that they should look at me more often.
I don't know who wouldn't want to look at you. You're vicious, efficient, beautiful. There's, maybe the demons have poor taste.
You're saying they have poor taste when they're always looking at you.
I mean, he just, motions to himself. They could do better is all I'm saying.
All right.
He gives her a coy smile, and then he looks passively over to the crystals and looks back at her.
Would you like to help me destroy these things? It's going to take some time, but I'd like to do it before we sleep.
I don't know if we have the energy. I'd rather give me a little bit to study them, and then maybe we can come up with a concrete plan.
A wise choice, as usual.
Todd, I would like to spend a little time maybe rolling some arcana checks, studying the crystals.
Okay. So you want to sit down with it, spend some hours with it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If I help her, can we cut down the time it takes for her to do all of that?
No, but she will have advantage.
Okay. That still works.
All right. So you guys sit there together, studying it, pointing at the veins, kind of trying to time, trying to figure out the why, feeling the warmth of it. Kiriki, you hear the whispers. You will never understand it, but it's fun to hear every now and then, just kind of guess what they're saying. Like maybe somebody distantly saying, hello. Please.
We've been trying to reach you about your extended car warranty.
Your extended car warranty.
Would Castor at any point approach Malachi and Kiriki while they're doing it?
No. Castor will be tending to the folks in the camp, trying to calm them down, tend to their wounds a little bit, console them. So he's tending to the people in the camp.
Yeah, so I think Nefeli is going to join Castor. No surprise there. And she's going to help him, but instead of actually curing wounds, she would just try to distract them with some I don't know, gossip, small talk, light conversation, so that they feel like they have some weight off of their shoulders, even for a bit.
You will attract the company of one. I don't know if you remember the story of Oropos being taken, but you fought next to Philoniki. And so she actually remembers you, and she remembers seeing the lightning. She was one of the only people alive to see it.
What state is she in? Like, what can I physically see with my eyes?
She's very hungry, but she will die before she gets captured again.
I think
Relatable.
Nefeli is going to sit right next to her. Take out her rations, which I imagine would be a piece of bread? Question mark? If era appropriate.
You have been a prisoner for a long time, so your rations are very, very limited.
Yeah, but
I've heard that Castor has some really good berries, though.
Yeah. You have toothpaste and a bar of soap.
Nice.
And you
So
traded
not
it for a square.
so not even like bread? Nothing?
So they took your gear off you whenever they captured you, but any bread that you had when they captured you probably would not be edible at the moment.
Okay.
So I appreciate what you're trying to do, and I love you for it, but at the same time, you don't have any good food.
Okay, so slight change of plans. She's
Fair enough.
going to rest her face in her hand and lightly start a conversation and say, "Yeah, I'm hungry too, but you see that man over there? These warriors who have freed us had mentioned that he can produce food, like, out of thin air. Isn't that incredible? How about both of us just ask him for some?"
She will smile and nod.
And she's going to, wrap her arm around her elbow so that they can walk together. And Nefeli is going to approach Castor and say, "Hey, this brave woman who have fought with us, she's really hungry. Could I ask you for a favor and create some food? I don't know exactly how it works, but I would be very grateful if you could."
Well, we can
Castor.
Oh, sorry. Yes?
No.
Tell me, what am I
was-
doing?
No, so with your passive perception, you will notice that this veteran of the Spartan army for decades looks insanely uncomfortable with the arm locking, and she's trying to be comfortable with it, but she almost looks like she has a forced smile on her face, like she doesn't do it a lot, but she spent a lot of time being captured and has a lot of mixed feelings and something going on in her head. So it's like she's trying to do this even though she is not okay with it.
Okay. I look at them and I go,
Well, we certainly can have that, can we?
give me a second. And I just bow my head down. I put my hand palm up and then I cover it with my other hand, whisper some words. There's a gust of small wind. And then as I open my hand, there is again, I think we said 8 berries? 9? How many? How many berries does good berry produce? 10. So it produces, I open my hand, there's like 10 berries. And I say,
Nefeli, do me a favor. Take the rest and give them to anyone who hasn't had one yet.
and I just motion her to, to let go and tend to the rest.
Yeah, Nefeli is going to go around the camp, make some small talk with people, try to, lighten the mood, trying to smile through the pain. Because, she herself is still traumatized, but she tries to, be a sort of inspiration that one could deal with what happened and still be somewhat sane so that they feel hope.
And I give the last berry to Filoniki, who stood behind you.
There you go. I know it doesn't look like much, but trust me, it will hit the spot.
She will actually hold the berries for Nefeli as she walks around feeding these people, and she will not eat hers until Nefeli eats hers.
I think Nefeli already had one.
Did she already eat it?
I think I gave to the group, because this is the second time I'm casting it.
I don't remember. Well, Nefeli earlier said she was hungry. That's why they went over there together.
Maybe
so.
I think Dimitris might be correct. I was just like trying to, like you said that Filonike looked hungry, so I thought that starting a conversation by sharing my rations with her would be a good starter, because I saw that I have rations in my inventory, but it's kind of like twisted a bit and turned into berry time.
We love us a berry time.
You don't seem like the soldier type. You don't dress like the soldier type. Your adornments are not the soldier type. You're also not a street person, slave, or anything like that. And so, in kind of the tiers of society, especially where she's from, you would go before her. So that's kind of the way she's acting even here, because it's just what she knows. It's what she's used to.
Don't worry about any norms. Look at me, and she gestures that her chiton is torn in some places. She's covered in blood. She has still a fading demon mark on her forearm. We're all a mess. Let's just forget about how we should act and just try to live to see another day, okay?
She will nod in respect and then eat the berry.
What did Kiriki get for her checks? Does she do checks?
Well, I was taking hours. That's why I was letting them go through this first.
Gotcha.
So it won't take long for you guys to go through and feed everybody. Maybe an hour or so. After a little bit of that, though, that is when we can go back over to the beach people.
Yep.
All right, beach people. How'd you do?
Fuck, I rolled a 12. I rolled the same number twice. I rolled 2 4s.
She rolled a 2x4.
Could I've got a technical question.
Perchance.
Could I give over my inspiration to Kiriki?
Yes, but she already had advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
I thought about it too, but unfortunately I gave her help, so she already had advantage, so we can't use inspiration to reroll. That 12 is what she got. But does 12 get her anything, Todd?
So you guys already know that there is a soul of a demon in here.
Mm-hmm.
You've been told that. You've seen it. You don't know how to extract it. You don't know how it was put in there. You heard that it can be used apparently to stab somebody in the chest and release it, but you're not quite sure how that happens. Kiriki, if you really want to follow through with this research thing, Malachi is right there. I will give you advantage on the attack. He's surprised. But it's just hard to make heads or tails of a shard, because that's pretty much all you got.
Can I ask something? Are we going to rest after this?
Yes.
Pippa needs his rest.
Malachi rubs his eyes as they're out there. The sun is drawing to its close, and he looks over. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere with these tonight. We should probably sleep.
Yeah. At this point, Kiriki has pushed her mask up so that she can really study it. But at this point, she's just rubbing her eyes and is annoyed that after all this time she got 0 information.
Perhaps more will be clear when we've gotten some rest.
He looks at her and he kind of stares into her face a bit, and he's got this kind of dumb fucking smile on his face as he's looking at her.
You were really amazing today.
You've already said that.
Can't stop thinking about it. You impress me all the time.
I feel like you should think of other things. That's why you keep getting hurt.
Well, I mean, when the blades are drawn, I can't help but think of, kill, kill, kill. But, doesn't mean I don't notice things. Sorry, I'm staring a lot. We should go rest.
And he kind of begins to stand up, like brushing the sand off of his pants and shit.
Yeah, Kiriki will stand up and not brush the pants off or like the sand off, but she like shake her pants because they're kind of baggy, so she just shakes the pants with her hands.
As they're like beginning to make their way back towards the camp, Malachi kind of reaches out, grabs her by the shoulder, and then pulls her in and like plants a kiss on her.
Oh, you keep doing these surprise kisses.
Sorry, was that unwelcome?
I did not say that.
I got a lot of things going through my head, and you are captivating this evening.
Kiriki would like jab him in the forehead a couple times and was like, "Stop thinking so much. It's bad for your health."
I would like to note that he is kissing her in the sunset on a beach in the Yubian Gulf. Beautiful background.
How romantic.
I know, this is a poster. Can you both make charisma saving throws?
Yeah.
Charisma saving throws, you know it.
Oh.
If there's anything I could do, it's a charisma saving throw, Todd.
Natural one.
I can't do is a charisma saving throw. Yeah.
That wasn't very good, but I think I'm still okay.
Apparently the only number I can roll today is 12.
Oh. So Kiriki got a 12?
Malachi got an 18.
I would like to point out that the past 6 rolls has either been 12 or 13.
If you roll another 12 right now, I'll give you inspiration for free.
Do it.
Oh.
Damn.
See, got an 18. That's how
I would like to point out that my charisma save bonus is higher than her maximum roll here.
What's your bonus?
My bonus is 13.
Oh no.
Yeah, I rolled a 5 on mine. I didn't roll good, but
All right. Nefeli, you and Filoniki right beside you. Watch them kiss in the sunset of a beach. You hear light humming, like a romantic movie. And then you hear Euphemia is the one actually doing it, just in the background.
Classic Euphemia. Malachi is going to... when they go back, he's going to post up somewhat near the gate of this place by the beach so he can kind of still keep eyes on the crystals from afar, but he's going to stay within the camp, like nearby the destroyed earth that Castor had created earlier.
I have a question. Has Nefeli noticed Malachi and Kiriki like sitting together and engaging with each other a little bit?
I mean, you just saw them kiss. I don't know what you want to consider engaging, but that's pretty engaged.
Has
You've probably noticed that Kiriki has been following Malachi since he almost went down like 8 times today. She's been like kind of right next to him the entire rest of the day.
Practically stalking him around the map.
Yeah.
In that case, I think Nefeli is going to have a bit of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to walk over to that fallen demon they have killed. She's going to snatch the flowers out of his hands.
Damn.
Freeze them a little bit so that they stay blooming instead of wilting. And she's going to just like pretend to casually stroll around the area, looking around, and she's going to like walk closer to the two of them and then drop the bundle of flowers behind Malachi and like poke him in the back and just walk on.
What the fuck? He looks down. He looks over at Kirky. Did she drop these for a reason?
Well, she gave you flowers. How nice.
Oh. He picks them up and like sniffs them a little bit. I hope she hasn't gotten the wrong impression.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to interpret it like this. Oh, God.
Also, this is the first time Kirky has had her mask up around Nefeli, and other than like the red eyes, she's actually quite pretty, but like an alienistic type of way. Like her eyes are slightly wider apart, but the way her bone structure is just she's incredibly beautiful for a murder monster.
A murder monster.
Oh, and she has like very faint scars on the corner from like her lips that go like up her cheek, but it's like very, very faint.
Could I, by any chance, haggle to roll a persuasion check so that Malachi understands that it was supposed to be flowers he is to give Kiriki as a gift from him to her.
So here's what we're gonna done did.
This man has a passive insight of 11, just to remind you.
Nefeli, I would like you to roll performance.
Oh.
Malachi, I would like you to roll insight.
Yeah.
Kirky
I
gets
doubt
nuts.
that.
I've got 19.
Oh shit. You did so good.
I got a 10.
Malachi, she drops those by you. Looks at them, looks at you, looks at Kiriki, and kind of moves her hand across her so that it looks like she wants you to hand the flowers to Kiriki. And then she makes intricate signs in like an Athenian slang that you barely even know. This is to give her the flowers.
Mm. Oh.
Malachi puts his hand over, holding the flowers.
For you, Kiriki.
Aren't these the flowers that dead demon had? How did you... Why are you giving them to me?
Because the lethality with which you murdered that demon brought a spark to my heart, and it made me think of you. Keep them as a trophy of our victory today.
Kirky like narrows her eyes at him a little bit and then will tuck them into her bag. But like she never looks away from him as she puts these things into her bag.
It's a gesture. I'm trying to be more thoughtful in that way.
He kind of like behind his back holds a thumbs up towards Nefeli.
I liked the gift you got me in Thebes more than this, but...
He like looks around a little bit and leans in very close to Kiriki's ear and says,
I might have an idea about that as well, but we have to wait for everyone to fall asleep.
I think they'd notice.
We don't really we don't do those kinds of scenes here. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, I think the thing they're talking about is a little bit more visceral and not fun.
Ah!
Depends on who it's for.
There's the masochist in all of us.
Damn.
They might, but I have ideas. But once again, we'll have to at least keep it on the down low. We might have to wait, honestly, until they all move on. How are you feeling, by the way? You okay?
I'm fine. It's been just a couple of days. I've gone longer.
Okay. Most people with a normal diet have to eat every day, so I'm just making sure.
That's not true. Normal people can go a couple days without eating. It just feels like you have to eat every day.
Speaking of which, I should go grab one of those berries before he hands them out to everybody.
Oh no, Castor's like, he's asleep.
Oh, fuck.
Look at him. He's just like tucked up old man style on his little bedroll.
It's been a long day. He brought me back from the edge of death like 6 times today.
That is true.
What would we even do without the old man?
Die.
You would probably be dead.
Well, God's bless him for joining us after the grove.
I'm glad he left the grove.
Malachi is going to smile and nod, and then kind of, he's going to reach around and pull off his bedroll and just throw it down right here in front of this gate area.
I'm going to sleep here so that we keep eyes on the crystals. It looks like some of these civilians are going to take up guard positions as well this evening, so that could be helpful, but it would be fine with me if you were willing to stay near.
I think I'm going to take a watch.
That would be a good idea.
I know that they're on the patrol, but...
I doubt any of them have our particular gifts for seeing in the darkness.
That too.
I do not need long. I could rest for a shorter period of time. That would be fine. If you need more rest, let me know. You can wake me.
Where did Nefeli get off to after she ambushed us with flowers?
She's going to walk over back to the part of the encampment, and she's just going to find some piece of fabric that could serve as protection from directly laying on the ground, and just curl up nearby the fire with Castor and Philonike within her line of sight, and just try to sleep and hope she won't be dreaming tonight.
Kiriki's gonna steal one of Malachi's bedrolls, because he's got 2 of them.
I do have 2.
Give one to Nefeli. Also, Kiriki she still has her mask up, and she's looking at the people who have taken up position as, like, guards, and she'll be like, I think we should all be taking more rest, or watch. Just because we think that we've handled the demons doesn't mean something won't fly over. So, that goes for you too, Nefeli. We'll need your eyes as well.
If anything happens, just, like, poke me or something. And she's already got her eyes half closed, and, like, even though she always tries to look her best, all proper and stuff, now her cheek is, like, hanging loosely. She's completely limp. Barely hanging on to lucidity, and, like, you're talking to her, but she's mid half asleep, and she hears only something like
She says that, and then Kiriki's gonna wake her up for her turn for watch, and it's not gonna be so pleasant. Kiriki is gonna stay watch for 4 hours.
Okay.
While the others rest.
Malachi will stay where he's at. He's going to go to sleep pretty much immediately, so as to begin his rest early, and then he'll take a watch after Kiriki as well.
Do I also have to get a watch?
Yes.
You were volunteered for one, yes. You were voluntold by Kiri. Yeah.
Okay, I was just adding, like, 4 hours. Normally people sleep for 8 hours, so, like, I got slightly confused. But okay, sure.
Nefeli will probably be able to get a full night's rest.
Yeah, so it is in 4-hour increments. That way, so Kiriki and Malachi will take 2 watches, meaning that Nefeli at that point would have officially finished a long rest.
Mm-hmm. And Castor, like the sleepy old man he is, will get a whole night undisturbed.
Yeah. And given with what you've done, Philoniki will take note of when you're supposed to take watch and then she will tell you that when you rise, she will rise.
Are there other of these rescued people who are taking watches throughout the night?
They will. Some of them will volunteer. Some of them will say, I can't sleep anyways. There's a couple who are eager to help.
Mm-hmm.
There's one named Forkies. You met him. He's the one who beat one of the demons with 2 other people, but he was able to kill it with his bare hands.
Mm-hmm.
But he will volunteer to whatever you need him for. He's good to go for it. Damaris, he was one of the ones who also was able to fight a demon. Didn't kill it, but fight it. And then he says that wherever his blade is needed, he will go. There is an old man with a corded belt wielding 2 shields. And he's facing one of the mud huts about 5 feet away from it. He says, point the direction, I go.
Malachi's already asleep by the time they're setting up these watch shifts, but I feel like if anybody would tell him to do anything, Malachi would tell him to go into the center of the camp and go to fucking sleep.
All right.
If any of these people are awake during Malachi's watch, I would like to talk to them.
They definitely will be, because there's 12 of them. So I'll say that there are 3 watches, 12 of them. I'm going to put 4 on each watch just to say that that's how they are going to cycle it, unless you want somebody specific.
No, just any.
Because you are in the middle. It will not include Euphemia because she spent a lot of her spells and she's tired. You know what? I'm going to go with. So you will have Elipos, and you will have Mitrios, and you will have Cleitarchos, and you will have Theoni.
Cool.
1 woman, and one young man, one
yam.
flute player, and a very skinny fellow.
Okay. I don't know if anything's going to happen or if Kiriki needs to do anything for the first watch, but I'm just setting that up for my turn.
Kiriki, roll a perception check.
I can't perceive.
That's a shame.
I will do my best, but it is not my forte, if you will. That's a 1.
I'm sorry, you said that was a 1?
No, I didn't roll a 1. I was a 1 with my modifier.
Yeah.
That's a 14. Look
So
at me
close.
go. Character development.
So, you have walls. You have palisade walls. You have people who are willing to help you watch. You have a center. You have buildings that you can hide in and amongst. Where are you during your watch? Are you patrolling? Are you sitting still? Are you hiding?
Kiriki is the type to hide during watch. She is definitely patrolling and sneaking around.
Okay.
Can I make a stealth check?
Yeah.
I'm good at these. I'm gonna roll real bad because I said something. Also, I've just been rolling really bad this entire day. That's a fucking 18.
So with an 18, you feel real stealthy.
Wait, hold. I think I have something that might give me advantage on stealth.
You have a cloak.
I do. I have the fucking Nyx's cloak.
Yeah. I believe it's dim light.
Oh, I still an 18.
All right, fair enough. Oh, with +9 too. That's rough. That's okay. That's average perceptions. You're definitely going to beat most everybody's perception. You're going to beat, but you hear nothing and you see nothing during your watch.
All right. Well, at the end of my watch, Kiriki will wake up Malachi from his sleep. Not. Well, she does it a little gently. She's like poking his cheek.
Stop it.
No, it's time for your watch. Time to wake up.
Of course. Anything I should know about?
Nothing happened. It was very boring. She does look,
Okay.
in fact, very bored.
He pats her on the shoulder.
All right. Well, get some sleep. That can't be any more entertaining than what you just did, but at least you'll feel better next when you wake up.
And after, make sure to wake Nepheli. It'll be her watch. That way both of you and I can finish our rest.
Okay.
He stands up, stretches a little bit, and begins to patrol about. He's going to basically move about, and he's going to patrol each of the entrances to this place, as well as kind of stopping by any of the other guard shifts that are out and about and talking to them, checking in with them.
Yeah. So I kind of picked at random, but I guess let me see if any of these are actually people from Athens. And you know that going, especially since you have a map, going from Oropos to Corinth, you will be passing almost right by Athens. You will be very, very, very close to it.
Mm.
The closest that seems interesting is Theone was actually studying to be a prophet for the Temple of Apollo over in Delphi, but he was also trained to fight. So he wanted to be a prophet soldier, which is defined in some places as a paladin, but they are very rare.
Malachi stops by. Who's with him? Is he alone?
Demetrios will be, well, not alone. There'll be one on each side of the gate. Kind of not really hiding, but leaning against it on the inside so that they can see out. But if somebody was to walk by or pass by, they would not exactly see them. They would be easy to duck behind there and be hidden.
Okay. And I'm sorry, refresh my memory. Was this the guy that I found who had barehanded killed a demon?
No, this is... no, Theone is a lot smaller. He is a copper-skinned fellow, and he has a Apollo pendant kind of around his throat. Yeah. And he's just very young. He looks maybe 20, 22. He's got brown curly hair. He's got like a little blue headband, pointy nose, pale skin, white chitin.
Malachi approaches it, kind of from behind, comes to stand next to him, looks him up and down. How are you faring?
He doesn't take his eyes off the rocky hills. I'll say he's watching those. And he kind of says absently that he's more afraid of what he doesn't know than what he has seen here. And he'll express that the prison, being a prisoner, was terrible. Traveling with these dark creatures was terrible. Seeing his fellow soldiers die was terrible. But it seemed like every day he saw something and some creature that he had never seen before. These things are terrifying, and y'all talked about bigger ones, and lots of them. And he says that he can't imagine what you guys have seen, but he doesn't think that he has the ability, the power, or the fortitude to fight a war against these creatures.
Malachi places a firm hand on the young man's shoulder. This is a terrifying time. I'll hand you that. Steel yourself. A beast that underestimates the power of weaker enemies is the first to die. You may not be as strong as some of the other creatures we face, but if there's enough of you, you will prevail. Just be smart.
He smiles, and he'll kind of nod and then look back at you, and he'll reach up and hold his pendant with his shield arm, and he'll say, "Through the power of Apollo, we will conquer these beasts. Your words carry a lot of wisdom."
Yeah, through the power of Apollo. He kind of hangs his head as he walks on to the next guy.
You'll see Demetrios over there. This is an older man. He is slim. He looks like he worked in a navy. But he does have a flute on him. He's not currently playing it because people have told him not to play that at night or Demon's Room. Yeah.
Yep.
But he'll be softly humming to himself.
Malachi walks by him for a second, then stops and turns. I know that town. I've heard that before. Are you from near here?
He says, "No, my friend. I am actually from across the way. I have forgotten where I am from."
It happens.
Oh. He says, "I am actually from Estikos. I was a soldier there. I worked in the naval fleets that guarded the islands. But these things, they come up out of the water. They come from the sky. They attack the boat. I was humming and blowing my flute, keeping rhythm with the rolls. But these things, they're so fast. They come, they kill, they take us. I was one of the lucky ones.
Well, keep that spirit alive. That musical spirit. I feel like these people will need it. Just not while the sun is down.
He smiles and he gives you a nod of respect. You all are gifts from the gods. Thank you.
We do what we can. If saving people is what we can do, then that's what we'll continue to do. If more blood spills from the demons along the way, I won't be mad.
He smiles. The hardest part is not knowing if your enemy can die. We didn't see many of them die in the boats. They mostly just killed. But here, seeing them die, seeing them bleed, seeing them fall, this will give us the mind we need to fight on, to know that they die. They are just like us, just, bigger and stronger and more powerful and, just a few other things.
Aim for wake points. Strike it tendons down upon the heel. Up towards the neck. There's vital parts there. Aim for places they don't expect you to aim for. They'll fall quicker than you'd think.
I appreciate your words. I will keep them with me. Thank you.
And he'll basically go along and have similar conversations with the other guards. We don't need to do every single one of them, but that is what Malachi spends some of his watch doing, as he's also going about actually keeping watch.
Okay. I do actually have 3 weeks of vacation at work ready, so if you want to keep this going, we can do it for all 12 of them. I could do this all week.
I could also do this all week, but we shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Everybody buckle up. Prepare for this 9-hour episode as we intrigue the role and background of each and every one of these.
Malachi
and I can
will
pronounce 3 of them. I'm sorry.
Do I need to do any perception checks for my watch time, sir?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okie day. I'm so talented at perception checks. It's like my best stat. Actually, not bad. 16.
A 16.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. Everything seems absolutely fine.
Wonderful. Malachi is going to finish up his 4-hour watch, and then he's going to walk up to where Nefeli is resting and kind of crouch down, gently shake her shoulder a little bit.
Nefeli.
Stop. Hurts. And she suddenly, her eyes fly wide open, and she looks utterly terrified for just a brief glimpse before she shakes her head, blinks a few times, reorients herself and says, okay, watch time, right, got it? And she'll...
Yes, I'm sorry for startling you.
No, it's not you. Don't worry about it. Go to sleep, I'll keep watch.
Be safe. Call out if something goes bad. Don't face it on your own. We've had problems with that in the past.
No, be rest assured that if something happens, I will signal it with thunder.
Oh, good.
He'll go over and he's going to throw down, he'll go to rest near Kiriki.
All right. As you turn and go to rest, you see Philoniki's behind you, sheathing her sword, as she heard Nefeli saying stop, and you were standing over her.
Mm. As he stands up, he says all of that. He says okay and begins to walk away. He stops at Philoniki and looks her up and down, notices her sword going back to its sheath.
You keep careful watch over her. I appreciate that.
She nods.
And he'll restrained like he'll hold a restrained frown, kind of like he's trying not to give her a dirty look, but he's got to slip it through anyways. And then he'll start walking away as he closes his eyes with a heavy blink and a little bit of a shake of his head.
You can imagine, as a female in the Spartan army, she's gotten a lot of frowns in her day.
Little does she know it has nothing to do with her being a woman.
Everybody has really bad insight here.
Yeah.
All right. Nefeli, it is your watch. You have a tail. But other than that, you're good to go. How do you want to do your watch? Do you want to patrol? Do you want to hide? Your stealth is insane.
I think Nefeli is just going to sit near the fire, idly rubbing her throat with her palm. Just like make sure that the fire doesn't go out. Take in her surroundings. Like, I think she would try to make small talk with Philanike, but I'm not sure whether she would, engage with her.
She doesn't say much, and she only uses one sentence at a time, and it's usually a very direct, to-the-point sentence. Like, if you ask, hey, how have you been? How was your, prison time? Or how was it being a prisoner? Were you hurt a lot? She would go, not good. And that would be an entire answer.
I don't think Nefeli would broach the subject of their imprisonment. More like, so I've heard that Spartan warriors are one of the very best. Like, I've heard that even the women are able to join the army. Could you tell me something about it? Like, how being such a respectable woman feel like?
She will nod and she will say, yes.
She can, in fact, do that.
And Nefeli's brows are going to furrow and, make a facial expression saying, fuck it, I tried. And
gave it the old college effort.
Yeah. And I'll think she's just going to sit there and try to not fall back asleep.
As you sit there, after 20 minutes of silence, she will softly say, you ran. Then you turned back. That is where warriors are made. Decide faster next time.
I will try my best. I don't want to feel like that again. So helpless. But now that I'm no longer bound to a table, I hope I can save more.
She kind of tilts her head, not really sure what to say. And then she'll roll the shield near you. And you can see the symbol of Sparta on it, like it was actually her shield. And then she'll kind of tell you to pick it up, or gesture for you to pick it up.
Nefeli would instantly get flustered because she remembers how she fared in the Ictian Games her mother had forced her to perform in, and just how utter failure she was, and she's just going to wave her hands and says, no, trust me, the shield is of better use to you. I prefer to stand a little bit back.
She'll look around. She'll look around at the ground between you two, and then she'll kind of wield the shield, actually put her arm through the straps, and then hold the shield out to where it covers your left side, bend her arm to where it covers the right side. She'll raise it to where it covers your head, and then kind of lower it to where it covers your feet. She says, this is where you are protected.
Do you mean the shield or yourself?
Myself. We. will protect.
I promise you to try my best. And
No.
she's
She
going...
shakes her head no. You will.
If this is how such warriors are yourselves are actually made, then I will do my best. I will save more. I will protect everyone I can.
Everything you do should be all of you.
And I think that's going to be it for my watch.
All right. That brings us to the end of the watches. However, it's not quite where it ends. You see, Kiriki, it's just me and you.
Oh no.
As you sleep, you don't remember falling asleep. You remember the feeling of being taken. Not by hands. Not by anything you could fight, just gone. One moment you are somewhere familiar, the next you are nowhere you understand. You're quiet in a way that feels wrong, not peaceful, empty. Like sound exists but refuses to reach you. You try to move, you can't tell if you do. Your body feels distant, like it belongs to someone else or something you've already left behind. There's a pressure around you, not tight, not crushing, just present. Close on all sides, like the air has weight and intention. You think you're lying down. No, you're not. No, you are. You can't tell anymore. Something brushes against your arm. It's soft, too soft. It lingers a moment longer than it should, like it's learning what you are. You try to pull away. You don't feel yourself move. The dark isn't just dark. It shifts. Not visibly, just enough that you know it's not empty. There's a depth to it that keeps changing, like you're looking into something that doesn't want to be seen at all. Your chest tightens. You try to breathe deeper, but the air feels thick, like you have to push it into your lungs. And then, you're not alone. You don't hear anything at first, you just know. The kind of knowing that crawls up your spine before your mind can catch up. You're being noticed, not watched, not hunted, not even threatened, just observed. Carefully, closely, like you've already been here longer than you should have. As sound begins somewhere far away, or very close, you can't tell. It's not a voice, not really, more like layers of something trying to become a voice, slipping over each other. Too many at once, too quiet to understand, too present to ignore. You try to focus on it. That feels like a mistake. The sound sharpens, not louder, just clearer. And for a moment, you feel like it's adjusting itself. Not for you, around you. As if you're the thing it's trying to make sense of. The pressure shifts, closer now. There's a point, just one, where everything feels centered. Like something immense has leaned in without moving. You don't see anything, but you feel the space in front of you bend. And suddenly you are very aware of where you end. Of the outline of your body. Of the inside of it. Your hands, your chest, your throat, your thoughts. It's all exposed. Not opened. Just known. There's a pause. A long one. Long enough that you start to hope it's over. It isn't. Something passes through you. Not physically. Not painfully. Just completely. Like a thought that isn't yours. Just moved from one side of you to the other. You try to scream out. Nothing comes out. The soft brushing returns, closer this time, along your neck, your shoulders, not touching skin, but close enough that you feel it anyway. Testing, confirming, cataloging. You don't want to be here. The moment that thought forms clearly, real clearly, the entire space seems to react. Not violently, just aware of your awareness. The sound stops. The pressure loosens. Too quickly. Like whatever was there has already decided something. And then, you're falling. No wind. no movement, just the sudden certainty that you are no longer being held. The dark fractures, thin lines, like something splitting open. For a moment, you think you see shapes. Too many limbs, too many angles, something that almost resembles no. You wake up, your eyes are open. You're where you should be. Everything is still, normal, safe. But you don't move. You can't, because you still feel it. Not around you, not inside this town. Just the memory of being understood and having that terrible, quiet feeling that whatever was there didn't track you when you left. But you look over to see Malachi right next to you as you wake up. And you have all completed a long rest.
Oh, goody. Malachi's like rising up as the sun's beginning to draw over the horizon. He rolls up his bedroll, kind of groggy, looks down at his body covered in stale blood and stuff, murmuring to himself,
Maybe Nephili was right. Maybe we should find somewhere to wash off. Carrie, did you sleep well?
No.
Sorry to hear that. Everything all right?
Maybe.
That's a notion. What do you mean, maybe?
I don't know. I didn't... A weird dream I didn't quite understand.
Anything we should be concerned about, or is it just a dream?
I didn't quite understand what it was. I felt everything and nothing all at the same time.
kind of raises his eyebrows a bit.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need to talk about it, I'm here. And if not, then that's completely fine too.
Talk about something if I don't understand it.
I mean, you could try and explain it if you wanted to. I mean, if you can't even explain it, then that's fine too. We can just ignore it. Dreams happen.
Give me some time. I want to think on it.
Of course. I'm going to check on the rest of the survivors and Nephili and make sure that they made it through the night safely. I didn't hear any screaming in the nighttime, so I suppose we're probably fine. But...
Malachi will saunter about, checking on everybody, make sure all of these people slept through the night and didn't, like, I don't know, succumb to some kind of grievous injury.
Everybody seems fine. It looks like they are gathering up food and trying to pack away what they can find. There will be a couple of them out there fishing, some of the naval people, trying to find food.
Does it seem like any of these survivors amongst this group have kind of taken charge? Like any of them are like issuing orders or taking commands or anything like that?
The only one you've seen do that was Philoniki, and that was because she was berating the other Spartan, Leon. And every now and then she will help somebody understand something, but she doesn't really seem to be trying to take charge or anything.
As Malachi is making his way through them all, kind of taking in that they're, getting supplies and stuff like that, some people are trying to get food, he's going to approach her, somewhat hesitantly, but he's going to approach her. Philanike, that is.
Hey, you.
She'll be by Nephili wherever she is, but she will turn around and give a Spartan salute with the spear across her chest.
Kind of, his shoulders like tense a little bit when she does it.
You seem to have a semblance of order about you, some command presence. Have you led soldiers before?
She stands straight up and kind of raises her head, or her chin, I'm sorry, in kind of a proud way. She says, many of them.
Good. My group, it seems like we're going to be heading a different path forward from here, perhaps towards Corinth. I would ask that you guide these survivors to Thebes. It is safe from demonic influence for now, and there are people still living there. It would be good for these people to have a safe place to call home for as long as this conflict remains.
She kind of looks like she's debating something in her head for a minute, and then she says, Yes.
I trust you'll get them there safely. You seem capable. More so than some of the others here.
What do you know of Sparta?
His eyes drift down, kind of looking over her entirety for a moment. He chews a little bit on his lip.
I know they're not to be trifled with. I also know that the city itself has been lost.
You see, she kind of grits her teeth, and you see the grip on her spear almost grinds into the wood of it. But she tries to compose herself and stay at kind of an attention as she stands there. And then eventually, after kind of fighting back emotions, she says, I am a Lokagos of Sparta. I served under General Lysander.
I'm sorry to bring to you bad news. I was once a soldier of Athens, a hoplite, but that was a long, long time ago.
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, or perception.
Insights. I think they're the same, honestly. Hold on.
Yeah, probably are for most people.
Yeah, they're the same. Let's see here. Insight. That's a natural 1. For a 2, actually, you know what? I'm feeling like I want to pick up what she's putting down. I'm going to use my inspiration, and I'm going to roll again.
Okay.
Might not be better, but, well, actually, it will be better, because literally anything is better than a natural 1. Yeah, it's not good either way, but it's better than a natural 1. It's a 6.
Okay. You see the muscles in her face tense. She says, okay.
He gives her a curt nod, and he does his own salute, which is a really rusty Athenian hoplite salute, because he hasn't done it in fucking years, but he kind of gives her his own salute and a nod, and then he's going to turn towards Nefeli.
Once Kiriki and I will very likely try to destroy or handle the crystals before we set out, but once these people are supplied and on their way, we will probably leave this place. How are you feeling? Did you get rest last night?
Yes. I mean, my back hurts. I'm not used to sleeping on the ground like this, but I suppose it's better than an experimental table.
Yes, that would assume so. Regret to inform you, you'll have to get pretty used to sleeping on the ground. We've come across very few beds in our time here on the road.
I suppose humans have managed to survive this long by adapting to their surroundings. So I guess I'm going to have to adapt too.
You'll be like Castor before you know it.
As he points over to the, I would imagine bunched up old man who's still deeply asleep.
The man sleeps like a boulder. It's impressive.
Oh, I wish I could be like him.
We've literally carried him asleep across the entire country in many ways. I feel like the grove that he came from had some kind of effect on his ability to sleep. I wish we could have figured that out.
I mean, if it's some kind of curse, I could try to remove it.
No. Let him sleep. I think it makes him better for keeping us alive later. And I particularly really need him to do that, so.
Yes, he needs to sleep like a lizard, needs to charge in the sunlight.
Yeah.
He'll give a nod to Nefeli, and he'll give a nod to Philinike again, and then he's going to return back to Kiriki and kind of motion her, kind of wave at her a little bit towards the beach.
We should get rid of those crystals now that we've gotten some rest.
Problem is we know there's something inside, and I'm worried that if we break it open, it'll come out.
I'd considered that myself, but I don't feel like we have many other options, and I don't want to just leave them there. If something comes out, I'd rather kill it.
Yes.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It tries to, possess our bodies. I feel like it would have a hard time with that.
He says that somewhat jokingly, like he means it as a joke, but you see he's not smiling. Like, he doesn't really have faith in his joke.
I would like to assume that the silence you really heard was the silence around you during that joke.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Like,
fell as
even
flat
people
as he
nearby
expected
got
it to. Yeah, he's going to approach this pile of crystals, and he's going to kind of pick one up again, listen for the whispers, see if it has changed over the night at all.
You hold it for a little bit.
Like a couple minutes. Just kind of like tosses it around in his hand.
You eventually hold it, and you eventually hear the whispers starting up.
He nods like he was expecting it, but he nods in affirmation that they're still fucked up. And he's going to look back to Kiriki, shrug. Anything that you want to do before I break one? Or attempt to break one?
Sorry, I'm focused elsewhere. Take a step back and do that one move you have that goes a really loud one.
The one that's really loud.
Where you shoot skulls from your hand or faces.
Oh. I don't know what the spirits will be able to do to these, but yes, I'll give it a shot.
He kind of tosses, he haphazardly tosses the crystal back into the pile. And then he's going to take like a 20-foot step back from the pile of crystals up along the beach a little bit to be separate from Kiriki, but still within a close enough range of these things. And then he's going to draw his hands in, kind of making a strange gesture with them as this green energy begins to curl up his arms. And then he pushes out his hands. And I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. 3 rays of Eldritch Blast at 3 different crystals and see if one Eldritch Blast is enough to do something to one of these things.
Roll to hit.
Okay.
As he's doing this, Kiriki, you sense human nearby. You'll notice as somebody is approaching you. I don't know if you've met him yet, but he is a broad-handed man named Orestes.
That's some shit.
He'll point at the strap on your armor and say, "If you don't mind, I will fix it for you."
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. And Kiriki will just casually, like, she has clothes underneath. Take off her armor and hand it to the old man to fix.
Thank you. Just in appreciation for what you've done. And then he sees Malachi doing that, and he's like, come back. And he runs off with the armor.
I have no armor.
It's okay.
All right, Malachi, how did you do?
What?
How did you do?
Oh, yeah. First ray was a 20.
Uh-huh.
The second ray was a 13 with a natural 1. And then the third ray was a natural 20 for a 32.
What an interesting roller coaster.
Malachi is very unpredictable.
Were all those focused on one single crystal?
3 different crystals.
Ah, okay. Go ahead and roll damage for the natural 20.
It's 25 points of damage with the critical one.
All right. So you will notice that even though the damage you do is very, very potent and powerful and can usually hurt any monster in Greece and has mostly gotten through all the defenses of every demon out here, you see it slightly damages the crystal. Just slightly. So you can assume that it can be destroyed, but it's going to take a lot of effort. These were very, very well made, but they were also made to travel from wherever they came from. So you probably can take into account that.
Could I attempt to try to destroy them?
I mean,
Yes.
Malachi's not going to stop you if you walk up and do something.
You want to do the same one he was doing?
He launches the 3 Eldritch Blasts, and he sees that only one of them really does anything, and then he just kind of stands there scratching his chin for a second.
I think Nefeli is going to try to cast a 3rd level Shatter,
Ooh.
which is a 10-foot radius sphere. So I assume it would get most of the crystals within range, correct?
Yep, it will hit all of them.
Okay. However, it's a con save type of deal. Do the crystals have con?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Do the crystals have con saves?
No. They automatically fail the save.
Okay, so I can just cast a spell, damage, and...
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to roll damage and where is that specific thing?
Did you guys hit third level?
Yeah. However, I have too many options. Okay, so I'm going to use third level Shatter and use up one of my channel divinities to use Destructive Wrath to deal maximum damage instead of rolling for lightning or thunder damage. And considering that Shatter is a thunder damage, it would be 4d8 maximum, which totals to
32.
Thank you.
Do you have any other tricks you want to add before I say anything?
No.
Okay. So you can see the one that he initially did that critical hit to, the large amount of damage, that actually got damaged. They all get slightly damaged. That one gets slightly damaged a little bit more. It looks like you can keep going with this and definitely destroy all of them, but it's just going to take a lot. That one in particular is very damaged, but not quite destroyed.
Is there any type of blowback? Like, when I attack the crystals, do they sort of explode? What I mean is it safe to approach at a closer distance?
Yes, there is no change in them. They're just laying there, a little bit chipped, but there's nothing coming off them. There's no aura coming off them. No vapors, no fire, no demons. They're just laying there.
So Nefeli is going to just glance at Kiriki and Malachi and say, should we go on? I think it's working.
How many more times can you do that?
Not much, but considering I'm not being flown across the room like they once had, I can just try to do this, and she is going to grab one of the crystals and try to cast Shocking Grasp to just see whether she can, like, keep poking at it until it shatters.
So, Shocking Grasp is a melee attack, right?
Yeah, it's a
melee
touch.
spell, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said that she's going to grab one.
Okay. I wanted to double check, that's all.
Sure.
So you pick it up, and you shock the shit out of it.
Perhaps not pick it up, just touch it. Just touch it.
Okay. So you kneel down a little bit, put your hand on it. Same one that you were initially attacking? Or that he critted?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can pick it out of the bunch because it was damaged a lot more. So go ahead and roll. What are you? 12th level? 3d8?
Okay. Damage already. Okay. I was so proud of my attack roll. Oh well.
Well, you're well, I mean, actually, it does have AC, so what did you get to hit?
To hit, it had 23, and damage was 16 lightning.
Okay. you do see it absorbs a lot of that damage, and it's not so much about it trying to dodge or attack. It's just it has a very natural hard shell, so that's what's mostly getting past. But you can see it chips away a little bit more. Instead of the yelling inside of this crystal, you hear kind of like a... Sorry.
Some Looney Tunes ass shit is that?
Extremely informative.
Here to help. But yeah, you feel like you can keep going and you will destroy it. I will just bypass the attack rolls because the AC is 15. So as long as you can get above 15, you're good to go. Roll damage.
Malachi sees her reach down and like zap this thing, and nothing happened to her that seems negative. And he just shrugs, pulls out his sword, and he's going to go to try and physically smash one.
Okay. Both of you go. You will not get the damage bonus of demons because while there is a demon inside, you're not attacking the demon itself.
Damn.
Nepali, go ahead and do another shocking grasp. You probably have to do it 2 or 3 more times to destroy it, but let's find out.
Again, attack roll damage or damage already?
You can just do damage. You can hit a 15, and even if you don't, you'll just do it again. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, so for this it's 8.
Okay, so 4 damage. Keep going. We're almost there.
Should I roll damage for my attack as well?
Yeah, sure.
This time's 11.
All right. It's almost there. You can see it chipping away. It's broken. It's shattering. One more good one. Come on, Nefeli.
Without all of his demon bonuses, Malachi's sword does not do actually quite that much. It does 13 points of damage.
19.
Ooh, there's the big damage. Okay. You hit it with the one last shock. You just put both hands on it. You're like, fuck you, shard. And it's like, and it shocks and like almost explodes a little bit as you make a charisma saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Ow.
All right. And
Just her?
Malachi did 13. So 6.
I've got 19.
Okay. You get a little bit of a headache, kind of like when you're really hungry and you've seen some like cookies and cream ice cream. You're like, oh, that's delicious. I love Oreos. I love ice cream. Put the 2 together. I'm having a good day. So, you like pick it up and you eat it real fast and you got brain freeze and it's like, cramp in the brain. Feels a little bit like that. But you're okay.
Fuck. Malachi's going to see his sword didn't do shit, and he's going to take another step back. He's going to say, okay, I'm going to go back to this. He's going to cast 3 Eldritch Blasts directly at that crystal he just tried to hit with his sword.
All right. So it's kind of the same thing as what happened with her. It took roughly 7 or 8 attacks to destroy that crystal, with both of you combined on it. So y'all could keep going and do it to all the crystals here. It would probably just take hour, 2 hours, something like that. But it is early in the morning, so you get going around 10 a.m. or so if you guys want to just sit here and destroy every one of them.
Yep, that's what Malachi's plan is. He's not going to let a single crystal here get unshattered.
All right. Kiriki, during that time, a man will walk up, staring at them, attacking these rocks, in his opinion. And he's just like, okay. And he hands you your armor and then walks away.
Oh, we're back,
Seems
boys.
fixed.
As they're doing this, Kiriki's gonna sit there and watch them. She thinks about trying to help, but at the same time, she doesn't want to hurt herself because she doesn't have cantrips in order to help.
Yeah.
So they look like they're having a good time. So she just kind of lets them be. Sits on the ground watching them.
I mean, there are bow and arrows, but I will make you roll because if it's a natural one, I will laugh for a long time.
No, there's just a spell I never get to use because it has fire damage.
Oh.
But I thought about it, and then I did
Do it.
No.
Is it the one you used against the zombies?
Yeah.
I remember. That was a good one.
Yeah, Malachi is basically just like standing 10, 20 feet away from these rocks, and he's just got his hands out, and you see this green magic is almost flowing from him as these various number of spectral versions of him just run out, swinging their swords directly down onto these crystals and then vaporize instantly. It looks like he's just summoning infinite amounts of ghostly soldiers to attack these things. That seems to be doing the most effective work. He'll spend the hour or so doing that until they're all broken.
Meanwhile, Nefeli's attempts look more like she's weeding a garden, just bending down, touching a crystal, shocking it multiple times, moving along, shocking another crystal.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
I mean, it did a lot. It did a lot more than his sword. Ha!
It's true. My sword, if you are not a demon, is just a fucking sword. Once they've finished up, Malachi is going to kind of bend over, put his hands on his knees, breathe a little bit. Tough little bastards. I think we've gotten them all, though. It's hard to make out with all the shattered pieces, but I don't feel anything from any of them.
Do you think that perhaps grabbing a tiny piece of it and taking it with us might be a good idea? Because they have some power in them. We don't understand it, but perhaps along our journey we might meet someone who might have more information. And it would be wise for them to be able to take a direct, closer look.
Malachi will lean down and pick up one of the broken, shattered pieces of these crystals. Do they still have the black veins and whispers if he holds it for multiple moments?
No. The black veins seem gone. Mm-hmm. It is no longer warm, and you do not hear any whispers.
He rolls the shard around in his fingers a little bit and then drops it back in the sand.
Seems safe enough if you want to take a piece with you. They don't seem corrupted anymore. Just be careful. Who knows if they could regain power over time.
I will keep it in my satchel so that it doesn't get any accidental skin contact.
If you hear any whispers in the night or the daytime or at all that seem in a language you don't understand, let us know, please.
I mean, I'll try to distinguish them from my own ghosts, but alright. So Nefeli is going to add a small, maybe inch by inch piece of the shard and store it in her satchel.
Okay. Malachi would know that Kiriki has actually been carrying around one of these shards. But you don't know if it had something in it before or after, so that may be the difference. Hers may have been used, and this one was not.
Yeah. He also knows that Kiriki is smart enough to not carry something that's actively cursed. At least to his knowledge. That is a Malachi belief. Whether it is true, I can't speak to that.
Kiriki would never carry dangerous items on her.
Oh, no.
Never. On another note, after you guys are done there, a couple of soldiers will come out with plates, salted and grilled fish. There's barley bread that looks like it was dipped in olive oil. There's some olives on the plate. And there is some soft goat cheese that looks like it was stored here, but it smells pretty decent. And it looks like there is crushed garlic on the bread itself and in the olive oil.
Ooh. Thank you. This looks very good, actually. We were able to scrounge up a fair meal.
He smiles. Luckily, we are near the sea.
God's bless.
And he just immediately begins digging in. This looks delicious to him.
Yep. I think we're going to end there on a good meal.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
The curtain has fallen.